I'm trying a new Christmas cookie recipe. Hi, I'm Susan. Today I'm trying a new Christmas cookie recipe. It's called Snowflake and Ice Cookies. Never made it before, but it sounds delicious. And I'm going to take you along on the journey. This recipe came from a Joanne Fluke book. You know the Hannah Swenson chocolate chip cookie murder mysteries? They have movies on Hallmark. But I've been reading the books long before the movies came out. And in her books, she puts recipe after most of the chapters. And this is one of those recipes. So I hope you'll enjoy it. So if you like recipes and content like this, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you hadn't. Ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. None of this costs anything and it sure helps my channel to grow. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, first of all, we're going to place 2 cups of sugar into my bowl, mixing bowl. And I'm going to place the softened butter. It's 2 sticks, 1 cup of butter, and I let it sit out overnight. So it's good and softened. And we're just going to put that in next. And we want to beat it on low speed until they're blended. Alright, now I'm going to cut it up to medium speed. And I'm going to add 3 eggs that I've already beaten. And we just want that to get blended real well. Alright, now I need to cut it back down to low and add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up, but it's 1 teaspoon of each. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we need to beat those till they're combined. And now add 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, that smells good, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and freshly grated is best. I'll just kind of and 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom. And if you don't have cardamom, you can use cinnamon. Cardamom is very strong, but it is good. Now we want to add a teaspoon of the vanilla, and 1/2 teaspoon of coconut extract. And we want to mix that well. Still with your mixer on low, we want to drizzle in 1/2 cup of milk. I'm telling you, it's really smelling good. Alright, now we want to cut it off, and we want to add in 1/2 cup of flaked coconut. And then we'll put the mixer back and on low speed and mix in the coconut. And now we want to add 2 cups of oats. And it called for rolled oats, but I don't have any, so I'm using instant oats. I googled it, it said it's pretty interchangeable. But now the recipe says not to use them, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Now we'll cut off the mixer. I've got 2 cups of flour that I packed. She said to pack it into your measuring cup. And now on low, we want to start adding the flour in about ½ cup increments. I'm just kind of guessing. And you want to beat for about 30 seconds after each addition. Clean our paddle, and we want to scrape down the bowl and mix it in really good. Scrape down the sides, and I'm going to add a ½ cup of white chocolate chips or vanilla chips. These are the Nestle kind, and you just want to mix that in by hand. I have my oven preheating at 375 degrees. Alright, let me get my pans. Alright, now we just want to drop these cookies. I'm using a scoop. And you don't want more than 12 cookies on a pan. And I said a ½ cup of vanilla chips, but it is 1 cup. And I will bake these cookies for, it says 12 to 15 minutes, but she checks hers at 10 because you just want them barely brown. And so I'm going to do the same thing since my oven cooks so quickly. So I'm going to get these in the oven and I'll be back. Okay, here's the first batch. Now I did them 10 minutes and they were still a little brown. So I'm doing the next batch for 9 minutes. I don't think they're bad, but they just need to be barely golden. So I'm letting these sit for 2 minutes and then I'm going to take them off of the cookie sheet to cool. Here's the second batch, and I think that's a little bit more what we're looking for. See the difference? It's not that bad. The others still look delicious. I haven't tried them yet. I'm letting them cool, but I'll let these sit for 2 minutes. And so far, I'm going to have probably around 4 dozen cookies, so it makes a lot. You can always freeze them if that's too much. So I'll be back when I'm finished. Some powdered sugar over the top. This is optional. It sure makes it pretty. And it made over 4.5. Well, it made about almost 4.5 dozen cookies. I think I had 4 dozen and 5 cookies. still got one cooling on the rack and one in the last half in the oven. Now for the big taste test. I love all the seasonings in it. It's very good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Ring that bell. Leave a comment. So until next time, bye y'all.